Another winter storm brings rain and wind all across San Diego and big waves at our coast. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel in for Marcella Lee. This is what it looked like in Mission Beach earlier today. Look at that. Big waves crashed over the wall at the boardwalk. Northern California and other parts of Southern California already felt the brunt of what we're getting now.
Tonight we have team coverage. Our Jesse Pagan is here with what's happening in other parts of the state where there are worries about flash flooding and mudslides. And our own Brian White, he's in North County with what they're seeing there.
But first, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis. She's here early with our totals so far. And what's still ahead, Carlene?
Yeah, we are still talking about some more moderate to heavy rainfall, that possibility into tomorrow morning. When we take a look at our rainfall totals, you're seeing some pretty modest ones so far. We have been the tail end of this atmospheric river, and so we're not talking about totals anywhere near what they've received north of us. When you look at how we've shaped up so far, we're looking at more than a half an inch across North County. Saw that for Fallbrook, the same for Oceanside, as well as for Encinitas and for Carlsbad. The more towards the east and the more towards the south you go, you're seeing more along the lines of a few hundredths of an inch. 1/100th of an inch for Pine Valley so far, the same for Campo, 5/100ths of an inch for Chula Vista, and the one top spot has been Palomar Mountain with more than an inch of rainfall. Here's what we could see additional as we go from tonight through tomorrow morning. We could see an additional 1/4 of an inch, and so these are definitely less aggressive totals than what we saw yesterday around this time. That's because the forecast model has scaled back a little bit more, but we are still looking at some wet weather. So we were talking about potentially seeing upwards of 2 inches across North County, but it does not look like that is actually going to be the case as we are looking at some additional rainfall, but more on the moderate side. We do have some light showers that we are seeing impact North County. The bulk of that moisture is still towards the north of us, so we are still not in the clear just yet. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at your complete forecast coming up. But right now, let's check in with CBS 8's Brian White in Escondido with what it looks like in North County tonight. Brian.
Thanks, Carlene. The rain has subsided here in Escondido. Only a slight drizzle at times over the past couple hours. But earlier today, the rain was pretty steady throughout the morning and afternoon hours. Take a look.
Really wet, insanely wet. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. I woke up this morning and I wasn't expecting there to be this much rain.
The rain coming down pretty good here in San Marcos, making for wet roadways and tough driving conditions.
The rain has like a mind of its own. So sometimes it'll be like pouring and then you got to turn on your windshield wipers.
Cold, rainy, the roads are slick, it's dangerous.
Here in Escondido, the rain was pretty steady throughout the morning.
Well, usually I would say, boy, we really need the rain, but not now. I think we've had enough for a while.
Encinitas saw plenty of rain too, falling pretty heavy at times. Wet roads and standing water made driving a challenge. Down south, waves crashing over the seawall in Mission Beach this morning, flooding the boardwalk. Jim Weir catching it all on camera.
That's when I knew that the waves were pretty strong coming over the wall. It's enough to knock you off your feet pretty easy.
As for the surf, big waves hitting the coast. Surfers getting some nice rides over at Scripps Pier. Meanwhile, back in North County, some people are enjoying the weather while others are ready to see the sun again.
I feel it's too much for the time. I want the sun. I'm sick of the rain.
Like I said, the rain was pretty steady up here throughout the morning and afternoon hours, really only tapering off after about 2 o'clock. Now I'm going to send things over to our Jesse Pagan for a look at how Southern California and the rest of the state fared today. Jesse?
Thank you, Brian. Now what Brian showed us about people, what they saw in North County today is what's been slamming the rest of California. Yesterday, we showed you the flooding happening in areas like Santa Barbara. Some spots have already seen their yearly rain total in the past 2 months, meaning flash flooding and landslides are a concern.
People across California, already drenched and on saturated ground, are bracing for several more inches of rain.
We're very worried down here on the peninsula.
In Long Beach, people lined their homes with sandbags and the city reinforced beaches, expecting the possibility of coastal flooding. Forecasters say waves from 6 to 12 feet could crash on shore, possibly damaging piers and buildings. In Los Angeles, the constant rain has washed away and crumbled the pavement, leaving cars to dodge or hit potholes. And in hilly neighborhoods, the fear of mudslides lingers.
We know that the hills are saturated, though, so everybody's a little nervous.
Santa Barbara Airport is back open today after more than a foot of water on the runway forced it to close down yesterday. At least 2 people in the Central Coast are now safe after California Highway Patrol's Air Division rescued them from rising waters. Officials there say the rain in the foothills has been heading downstream, adding to the already wet conditions. Fire crews in Ventura helping divert some of the runoff to keep roads clear.
I think we need it. It's unfortunate that the freeways are sometimes flooded, but it is what it is.
Thousands of people lost power in the Bay Area after thunderstorms moved through there. But it's a different scene further up north.
It's nice, it's powdery.
Forecasters are expecting up to 6 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada mountain range, with officials stopping people to make sure they put chains on their tires.
Well, Carlene was talking about the rain totals that we've seen in San Diego County just a little bit ago. According to the National Weather Service, the LA area has seen about 10 inches of rain, more than a foot north of that. As Carlene and the rest of the team have been saying, though, the storm should be gone by tomorrow. Anna?